today we are going to study the case study of education of dance in India and especially of Bharatanatyam in the university, its relevance, its purpose and its importance in the 20th and 21st and ongoing years to dance education, dance learning, dance preservation in India and all over. What do you mean when you refer to dance education? Dance education refers to education or training that leads to theatrical dancing as opposed to dance education which is limited to dance in elementary, secondary and post-secondary schools where dance is offered as a useful tool, as a hobby for physical and personal development and as a way to develop higher learning skills. In India, the distinction is not always clear. Some universities claim, for instance, that whether or not the student emerges as dancer for professional stage, they should be given sufficient high level of physical training to allow for careers in dance. On the other hand, dance universities and other pre-professional institutions are beginning to offer courses in dance notation, anatomy, music, theatre and other related subjects previously not thought to be essential to dance training. Teaching classical Indian dance to students outside the traditional Tamil belt or outside of India, the Bharatanatyam teacher has to constantly adopt new techniques in the instructions. One must learn and understand and appreciate how Indian classical dance teachers negotiate their teaching practices when they teach their traditional discipline in a multicultural setting where contemporary educational strategies are implemented. Traditionally in India, the Guru taught and the disciple imitated. But outside there is more conversation between the teacher and the student. This is almost part of the training where the teacher needs to explain the reasons to a student about a certain dance, phrase or step in a particular way. As we treat dance as an art form and not only a ritual for dedication or worship, the practice and aesthetic enjoyment of dance becomes highly subjective and personalized manner. Whereas as an art form, it should be universal and objective. Now this situation would and does create a rather contradictory situation. The true dancer or the artist is primarily a creature of her or his creative instincts and so naturally the dances to accord his or her accord with one's own ideas and personality. It is here that one may be accused of violating the basic principles of Guru Sishya Parampara. The result is often a setback to a creative career, leading either to timid stagnation or an open defiance. And as we know, both are artistic disasters. The solution to this complex problem lies in defining and understanding the true meaning of dance education as understood in Indian tradition and interpreting it in terms of the contemporary ethos. By this process, traditional values would receive due importance, but at the same time, give considerable maneuverability to the individual dancer or Shishya to create her or his own avenue of artistic communication. There are attitudinal changes also to contend with. These changes are sweeping away the old norms and values of our tradition bound art form. It seems the sanctity of learning has all but disappeared. In its place, we find an atmosphere which smacks of rank commercialization. This problem has achieved a very significant relevance in the contemporary dance scene in India due to conditions prevailing today. But while decrying the erosion of Guru Sishya Parampara, one cannot dismiss the conditions which led to it and are here to stay. The way out of this impasse is to strike a rational and reasonable balance, retaining the values of the traditional parampara and casting them into full-time training programs responsive to the contemporary demands and changed circumstances. As a part-time amateur approach cannot serve to propagate classical dances or meet the demand for serious practice, dance training must become a part of university curricula on par with other full-time professional courses. The university setup would also restrict commercialization and exploitation. The practical side of training must retain the traditional Guru Sishya Parampara, involving traditional gurus if there are any. The theoretical or textual side should be dealt with by academically trained teachers and dancers. The students must be systematically taught the textual basis and sanction of contemporary dance practices. This approach alone will help in preserving the purity of dance practices, aiding a comprehension which is absent today in traditional training. Let us look in detail at the university dance education with a case study. This will allow a student to think and make sensible choices. First established as the Sangeet Shala in 1886 by the Sriman Sayajirao Gaikwad III, it later became the College of Indian Music, Dance and Dramatics, part of the Faculty of Fine Arts at the onset of the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda in 1949, and is now known as the Faculty of Performing Arts since 1986. It is one of the star institutions in India providing in-depth study of classical performing arts. Sayajirao Gaikwad III was the pioneering art education proponent, and to him goes the credit of creating the first school of music in India. For the first time in the history of art education in this country, the University of Baroda set a seal of recognition to the teaching of fine arts at the university level. Established in July 1950, the Department of Dance became part of the College of Indian Music, Dance and Dramatics, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Since then, the department has established a unique character of amalgamating traditional practice of art, dance teaching, that is the Guru Sishya Parampara, with the contemporary practices of art education. All the sped work that went into making of Baroda University was guided by one specific objective: to create a university that would depart radically from the general prevailing patterns in our country, anxious to keep pace with the times without sacrificing any of its inheritance. Short form MSU again opted for innovation in establishing a home for the arts as the 20th century reached its halfway mark. Any casual observer is sure to be struck with the synthesis of the new and the old that evolved in this university. Here was a conscious effort and realization of the potential importance of the arts, its education and practice as the inherent and most needed aspect of an individual's growth as well as the character building of a society which leads to a strong, healthy and vital nation. In the fields of classical performing arts, the traditional mode of learning teaching is through Guru Sishya Parampara, a one-to-one interaction, an intense emotional bonding and strength of knowledge received through long and vigorous training. This system created a professional artist to carry forward the message of Indian thought and philosophy. Keeping this in mind, best of both Guru Sishya Parampara and modern educational methods came together to offer a professional comprehensive course in performing arts. It encouraged strong practice, independent thought, bold experimentation and intense research activity. The establishment of this faculty was extremely bold and futuristic. The synthesis of these arts envisaged by this faculty makes it a center of comprehensive study in subjects whose recognition in our country up to independence was its best but arbitrary and precarious. Though the inherent knowledge remained the same, the university education of performing arts, which started in around 1950s and even today is like swimming against an avalanche. The design and structure of the courses needed a vision when the university started and knowledge and conviction. The experts of that time did not fall short. A synthesis of the old and the new practices evolved a zest for the new experimentation, and the courses from the level of the part-time diplomas for the children and the interested students to the full-time undergraduate, postgraduate and doctoral were devised and planned by the experts with this framework of reference. It is perhaps one of a kind and the first in the whole country. The faculty has its primarily objective as the training on a professional level of the students in the arts of music, dance and drama, and especially dance for us. Concentration is on the development of individuality so as to enable a student to create a new form, a new dance for herself always. The courses are so designed as to provide a broader outlook on art and life, to foster a balanced sensibility so that the student contributes to cultural and artistic life. As far as our information goes, there is no university faculty in India other than this, which simultaneously provides tuition in the closely related arts of music, dance and drama, combined with other courses in humanities. The specializing course consists of intensive practical training, sound knowledge of cultural and historical background, relevant contemporary trends and aesthetics. Though many are attracted to only practical side, they are not still awakened to the importance of the theory and academic value of the arts. The study of the academic side has found an important place in various courses taught in the faculty. Since the very inception of the dance department in 1950, it was decided that the imparting training, equal emphasis would be laid on the theory and practice, the Purush and Prakriti of dance. The qualified students may not merely become versatile dancers, but also accomplished teachers, critics, historians and artists. Bharatanatyam, the dance style that was part of the Baroda court since 1886, and Kathak of the north were selected for specializations. Since then till now, the Department of Dance offers courses leading to Diploma in Performing Arts, which is 4 years, and it is part-time. BPA, that is Bachelor of Performing Arts Dance, of 3 years after HSC, and MPA, the Master of Performing Arts, of 2 years. The postgraduate diploma in Natwangam of 1 year, and PhD, all with specialization in dance. The courses are continuously revised every 5 years so that the students are knowledgeable of the contemporary thoughts and practices, as well as acquiring strong technique base. The theory courses are common to both Bharatanatyam and Kathak. From first year to the final year MA, a student studies in depth the Indian dance, its origins, development in different historical, cultural backgrounds, details of the technique, major texts, its interrelationship to other arts, aesthetics, transition from temple to theatre, contemporary developments and so on, with the study of the folk and tribal dances of India. The introduction to the world dance, the dances of the Southeast Asia, Japan, China, ballet, modern and postmodern dance, and Laban analysis opens a vast area of knowledge, interest and appreciation to the world cultures. The students is offered in second study, another art form. Along with the theory, one is trained in other humanities subjects such as aesthetics, cultural heritage, languages, art of production, design, light, makeup and costumes. To encourage in-depth academic study and research, it is a must for a master's student to do a dissertation on the subject of their choice. For the practical, daily morning, 6 days a week, 3 hours teaching is offered. To keep alive the closeness and core of the Guru Shishya system, the class intake capacity is very small, maximum 10 per class. For specialization in Bharatanatyam, the whole of the first year is devoted to the training and conditioning of the body, teaching of Adavus in 4 speeds and execution of all Adavus in all 5 jatis. The students must recite the whole of Abhinaya Darpana, maintain a journal of all items and be able to do the Natvangam and recitation of Adavus. In the second and third year of bachelors, a whole Margam is completed with minimum 8 items, and same is the case of the masters. The gradual but very hard work and the advanced training train the students to move more complicated, extensive, in-depth items both in Nritta and Abhinaya. Natvangam singing, journal maintaining is a must. The dance composition and choreography are a must. Students are encouraged to perform their creation at the department gatherings. The base of Bharatanatyam remains Kalakshetra school, but being a university, the spirit of universality and openness is encouraged. So the flavor of Tanjavur school is observed, and today we may call the department as the Barona Bani or school. For first 3 years and now 6th semester, students learns mostly from 3 different teachers, and in the masters for the 2 years they learn from one teacher. So as one can see, all the parameters of the traditional systems are fulfilled, with much more added for the free and democratic India. Let's describe one regular day of the students. It starts at 8 a.m. with the prayers and Abhinaya Darpanam and dance exercises. The practical continues till 11 a.m. After a brief break of 15 minutes, the class of dance theory of 1 hour, then 2 hours of elective takes the student in the afternoon to library work and their own practice or production practice. Evening study of other art form or attend diploma class for Natvangam. So, it is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for any student under the watchful guiding and friendly eyes of the teachers who are also on campus. This is all with the fees between rupees 5,000 to 7,000 per year. So, what is the difference between the traditional Guru Sishya and modern university training? No one can become artist in 5 years. After postgraduate study, the student needs to do a lot more practice, work with senior artists and such. As we all know too well, the demands of the professional field is very different. The facilities are many provided by the university. The department and the faculty have an extensive library for major areas of performing arts and dance. The student can also make use of the library of the university that is considered one of the most extensive as well as that of the Oriental institution. There is facility of recording room, audio library, wardrobe with costumes, ornaments and makeup, dressing rooms and the practice studios. For the senior classes, musical accompaniment is provided with mridangam. All these give ample scope to the students and teachers to develop further in their fields, in the experimental research and create. Also, coming together of all arts under one roof provides creative interactions and an appreciation to other art forms. The students are continuously exposed to and are able to interact with eminent scholars and practitioners of dance and the allied fields through extramural lectures, seminars, workshops, visiting guests, conferences and the like. They often perform in the department and the faculty concert and presentations. In 1995-96, the first Kalke Kalakar Festival of Gujarat was started in the faculty, which was later picked up by the Gujarat Sangeet Natak Academy. The students are awarded merit scholarships, fellowships, gold medals and offered professional performance opportunities. The staff gets all the benefits of working in a residential university supported by UGC. Along with the performances of Bharatanatyam, the department encourages training and performances of folk dances, modern creative dance and dance dramas. Alumni of the department have settled in India and other countries like USA, UK, Australia, Japan, Singapore, Canada, Kenya, Nepal, Mauritius and Bangladesh, where they teach and perform. A lot of our students work on the TV channels and teach dance in schools, creating a sensible audience. Eminent artists and the senior staff members created and are creating and producing a number of dance dramas. They were and are performed in India and abroad in dance festivals, in seminars and as public performances. These stage presentations provide the students with performance opportunities and training in the art of production. Apart from regular grants, the department has special production grant to enable the faculty to create and further its scope. The teachers are recognized for their services in the field and are recipients of state, national and international awards and grants. Many students opt for teaching dance at schools and colleges. Many dance students earn by opening their own dance institutions. They also can apply for fellowships for higher training Department of Culture, Government of India. Many students in the past have received fellowships from the Ministry of HRD, Delhi. Dance students are also settling in USA, Canada, Singapore, Mauritius, Europe. Many students opt for teaching music in dance at schools and colleges. Many dance students earn by opening their own dance institutions. They can also apply for fellowships for higher training to Department of Culture. Many students in the past received fellowships from Ministry of HRD in Delhi. Dance students are also settling in Europe, and theatre students pursue their study abroad to complete MA. Some pass NET, PET and enroll for PhD. The system of dance notation through stick figures was developed in the department in Bharatanatyam around 1960s, late 1960s. As the dance education got formalized, the need for preservation arose. Students not coming from the Tamil cultural milieu and also a lot of foreign students of many nations needed some way to remember their items other than the oral traditions. They did not want to leave things to memory and perception. During the last 30 years, the system is extensively developed and used by old students. Path-breaking work of using Laban's LMA started in the department in the late 1980s, which even continues today with the support of USFE, that is United States Education Foundation in India, and Department of Culture, Government of India. Most of the other Indian universities and institutions of higher learning of dance have almost the same agenda with their special training and character. They are dedicated to enlighten mind, manifest talents, develop abilities, promote creativity and preserve aesthetic values, while training and encouraging students to meet the creative and intellectual challenges of the 21st century. We will look into a few of them here to understand their development better. For example, the Center for Performing Arts at University of Pune is popularly known as the Lalit Kala Kendra, and it is on self-supportive basis. Professional and residential courses in dance are on the Gurukul pattern. Gurukul pattern means students at the center continue to learn their art with eminent gurus in the field with whom they were learning earlier and while studying for graduate and postgraduate courses. They divide their time between gurus' residence and on campus, but they do not live in the houses of the gurus. At this juncture, one is not sure, other than those who belong to the community, hereditary dancers, musicians, who actually lived in the house of the gurus and studied dance earlier. The students have to complete contained credits, certain credits as per the syllabus with the gurus. The gurus pass on the grades after completion of their practical course to the university by the end of every term. All the theory classes are conducted at the university. This was the case study of Lalit Kala. The Ravindra Bharati Act in 1981 in its preamble has clearly stated the goals of the university. The tasks assigned to the university shall be to encourage in conformity with the ideas and thoughts of Rabindranath Tagore, the integration of the cultural heritage of the nation consistent with its linguistic and socio-economic history, and enable it to function more efficiently as university, encouraging and providing for instruction, teaching, training and research in various branches of learning and of course of study, promoting advancement and dissemination of knowledge and learning and extending higher education to meet the growing needs of society and to make the constitution of the various authorities of the bodies of the university most democratic. The Indian classical dance brings out the quintessential cultural ethos of the diverse regions of India. The diploma and certificate programs offered by the Alliance University Department of Performing Arts impart the fundamental of classical dance forms and provide a holistic and integrated approach to the understanding of the performing arts of India. Performing arts education in Indian classical dance at the department includes practice, aesthetics, the study of allied arts and the discovery of individually creative potential. Kalakshetra was founded in 1936 by the vibrant visionary Rukmini Devi Arundel, whose birthday happens to be today. The institution stands testimony to her dream of creating a space where the essence of Indian thought would find expression through artistic education, an institution she established with the vision of imparting to the knowledge to the young the true spirit of art, devoid of vulgarity and commercialization. The intent of the institution is to create a consummate performer, one who is an adept dancer and has a thorough understanding of the theoretical, literary and musical basis of the traditional art. The Kalakshetra dancer is renowned for his or her impeccable form. Dance drama is part of the legacy of Rukmini Devi. Kalakshetra has a repertory company that performs extensively through the year, both at the festivals in the institutions as well as other critics cities both in India and abroad. Kalakshetra, since last couple of years, is also been termed the deemed university and Kalakshetra School of Fine Arts, because university education is now gaining more importance, but each university has its own mission of how and what they want to create their students and they want to offer in the area of dance in India. Some of the major universities offering graduate dance courses are in Bharatanatyam are the Department of Dance, Faculty of Performing Arts, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, BHU, Rabindra Bharati University in Kolkata, RBU, University of Calicut at Kozhikode, the Nalanda Dance Research Centers, Nalanda Nritya Kala Mahavidyalaya, affiliated part of the Mumbai University in Maharashtra, Vishwa Bharati, Shantiniketan, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapit in Pune, Department of Center of Performing Arts, University of Pune, Maharashtra, Department of Dance, Punjabi University, Patiala, Bhaskar College of Arts, Kannur University, Institute of Visual and Performing Arts, Mangalyatan University, Visual Performing Arts MUA at Aligarh, Center for Performing Arts, Savitribai Phule University, Pune, Kalakshetra College of Fine Arts, Department of Dance, Alliance University, Bangalore, Department of Dance, Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathawad University in Aurangabad, Indira Vishwa Kala Vidyalaya at Khairagad. These are some of the universities which have and are getting into well-shaped Bharatanatyam departments, each one having their own mission, but majority of the courses are parallel and similar. So, as you are part of the university education, you have to understand and grasp your strength and importance and be proud of your university education. Thank you. Bye-bye.